So you're thinking about moving to Hilton Head and specifically Palmetto Dunes? This is the video for you. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well as turn on the bell notifications so that you get everything that you need to know about Palmetto Dunes. So currently this is the Shelter Cove area. This is actually just right across the street from Palmetto Dunes, which is the whole reason you're on this video. And so you just kind of see there's a ton of shopping over here, a couple of restaurants, really cool little area. I love the moss on the oaks here. The Spanish moss just always kind of brings me back. And so I just love this area. You'll see there's a harbor and a marina up here. But again, tons of shopping, tons of restaurants, tons of really cool things to see and do when you live right across the street here in Palmetto Dunes. And so this is one of my favorite parts up here. You see they're kind of getting ready for Christmas here. They've got Neptune up here with his trident driving it into the ground. But this is right in the middle of the marina, right in the middle of the harbor. And so tons of restaurants again, tons of shopping, great little fudge shop in here. And also some condos that are available for purchase. And we'll dig into those a little more in a different video, but I really just wanted to kind of drive you guys around here, give you guys a good sense of, you know, what this community feels like. And again, this is right across the street from Palmetto Dunes, so, you know, really, really great proximity. They also do have once a year here an arts festival, which I think is super cool, and they set up a bunch of artists set up their tents and tables and stuff in this area, and it's just a really cool gathering. So again, this is Shelter Cove right across the street from Palmetto Dunes. So there is a gated community within the gated community here called Leamington, and this is one of those very private and exclusive subdivisions within Palmetto Dunes. It's actually the only one that's not accessible you know, to like vacation renters and stuff like that. But again, more, you know, condo developments here on the left with Windsor Court. Both north and south there. And then as we come up to this next intersection, you'll see Leamington on the right here. There's Leamington right there. So as we come across here though, Huntington is this next little development on our right. So townhomes that are attached, 2 or 3 units per building. And again, more your condo, townhome on the left, but again, something for every price point. Obviously, again, there's tons to do, walking, biking. You can always go to the beach and do all of those activities as well. You may or may not know this about Hilton Head, but the Atlantic coast is significantly more compacted, the sand is, so you can actually ride your bike. It's actually a great running beach as well if you're into running. But we'll also give you a quick little view of what a couple of these townhomes look like in Huntington. And in another video, we'll definitely cover, you know, each one of these properties, kind of what they look like on the inside, because I think that's super valuable to see and get a sense of the style here. But you can see there's 2 or 3 units. Some have 4 units per building. But to me, these are just really cool. And this is great access to the beach as well. I mean, you're about a quarter-mile walk or so. So it's not too terribly far, about a 10-minute walk, give or take. But by comparison to say like Queens Grant, where we started off, you know, you're 2 to 3 times further away in those developments than you are here. So the beach essentially is like right ahead of us here. So, you know, you got 5 to 10 minute walk at the absolute most. All right, so if we come through the south gate, there's really cool little feature here. So if you go to the right here, back just over the lagoon again, anytime you see a bridge, just assume there's a lagoon there. But if you come across the lagoon, there's actually a golf course here. This is the George Fazio course. One of, I think, 2 or 3 different golf courses here in Palmetto Dunes. So if you're into golfing, there is no shortage of it here in Palmetto Dunes or on Hilton Head in general. There are tons of opportunities. Some are public, some are private. But of course, you've got many different options here as far as activities. Tennis courts you see over here to the right. This is actually the center court area, and tons of tennis courts. They've got a ton of squash that happens here as well. People just love playing that stuff. And fun little fact here, mat fact, if you will, on the right, this is where me and my wife first started vacationing here. There was a gentleman that owned one of these little townhomes, and that's where we rented. And what's crazy, guys, is that, you know, 10 years ago, you could rent a whole week here in one of those townhomes for $600.
Oh, wow.
I think now they've pretty much doubled in price, and it's really hard to get a vacation rental here for less than $1,000. But you'll see we're coming up here on the golf course, which is just absolutely beautiful. You got the palm trees, you got the Spanish moss, you've got the oaks, you've got just a beautiful scenery coming along here. And of course, in addition, you have the lagoon that again stretches all across the plantation here and just really is so beautiful. So anyway, we'll show you a little more here. All right, so we're just finishing up that half of the south gate. The south gate from here is just to your left there. So if we come basically straight through the south gate, this is their area that you'll find just ahead here. So this to me is really just a cool side. So you've got Villamar here on the left. You've got a lot more condos, and this is all, if you can imagine, we're running parallel to the beach right now. So you've got the Disney beach house there on the left that has a restaurant attached to it. And then you've got Captain's Walk here, which is a private condo community as well, 1 and 2 bedrooms. And then you do have villas on your right. So again, a good mix of a lot of different types of properties. And really, again, just something for everyone. There are a couple of hotels though, the Marriott as well as the Omni here that you see on the left. And so, you know, if you're ever looking to come down and just visit, whether it's for a couple days or even for a week or two, or, you know, some people come down and stay a full month or even the full summer, or the winter months are actually really beautiful here in Hilton Head. So, you know, as we're shooting this video, it's now late November. And there's really just a lot of different things you can do, a lot of different seasons you can enjoy here on the island. I think what I love most about Palmetto Dunes is that there's a great mix of different types of properties here. So you have single family home, you have little townhomes or villas as they're called, you have condos, you have beachfront property. I mean, and really you have something for every single budget. So whether you're in the lower 300 or 400s all the way up to multi-million-dollar properties, there's really something for everyone within this plantation or within this development. And not just from a housing perspective either. As I mentioned earlier, golf, tennis, squash. I mean, they've got every single thing you could possibly want to do here, including pickleball now, which I've heard is super popular. And I haven't gotten into pickleball yet. But anyway, as we drive through though, you kind of get a sense of how many different types of product there are here. And again, across every single price range. So if you ever have any questions about any of the properties available anywhere on Hilton Head, you know you can always comment below, and we'd love to have a conversation with you and about making your move or your investment here on the island. So there is your drive-through for Palmetto Dunes. Thank you guys so much for coming along though. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that gave you a better sense of the community and the plantation that's been built here, but also the amenities and everything that there is to kind of do and enjoy within this development. As always, if you ever have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. You can call, text, email, or even Zoom with us. We'd love to, you know, help you out with all your questions, all your comments. If there's an area that you want to see that's part of Hilton Head, we'd love to show you those as well. We have a ton more videos coming. So if there's anything that we can do to help you guys out, you just let us know. We'd be happy to help. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.